All right, Ivan went through the final home meet of the outdoor season last weekend, and another week away from Max. Yes, how did you feel at the Red Hawk Invitational with how you ran?
I actually ended up running really well at our last home meet. It put up some good marks. I finally went sub 49 the 400, so it gives me a really solid place going into the MAC championships this following week. So with that great time, I'll kind of take a break this week and then focus on more speed in the 200, and then hopefully that converts to a faster time in the finals.
So, with that week going into the MAC championships, what are some of those things with the 200 and with your overall times that you're working on to kind of get the times where you want to be to get some points for the team next week?
Yeah, obviously the goal is to score as many points as possible. We're not sure yet if I'm going to be running in the 200 at the MAC meet, but definitely the 400. And so I just use the 200 as training, and the faster I get in that, the faster I can, split in the middle of the race for the 400. So the focus is just to just have solid reps, solid races each race, and hopefully it all adds up.
All right, good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
All right, Rachel came off of a pretty big 1500 for someone who's more used to the running the 800 at the Red Hawk Invitational. How'd that race help you, and what do you expect to get out of that these next 2 weeks entering Max next weekend?
Yeah, it helped me a lot because I don't really run the 1500 as often, but it helped me kind of get more of the endurance part of my race back. So my main goal last time was kind of just to be competitive, and I think I succeeded pretty well in that. So hopefully I can use that competitiveness to help me in the 8 this weekend, and then next weekend in the 8, and maybe another 15 in my future.
So going into the 800 over in Bloomington this weekend, what kind of differences do you kind of expect to see, and are you even feeling some of those differences practicing the 8 in practice with it having that little extra kick at the end?
Yeah, I noticed it in my race a few weeks ago that after I hit a 600, that I still had a little bit left in me for the 200. So it gave me a big kick at the end, and I'm hoping that I can use that this weekend to be competitive at the end and kind of get ready for the competition that's going to be at Max, because I know a lot of those girls have good kicks and are going to kick really hard at the end, and it's going to be really close going into finals. So
All right, good luck this weekend, Rachel.
thank you.
All right, Coach, heading to the Billy Hayes Invitational over in Bloomington this weekend, the kind of final tune-up for the MAC championships. As a staff, what are you all looking for out of your kids for this meet entering the kind of the postseason start?
There are three different categories in terms of what we're looking for with the athletes. Some of the athletes, it's their last chance to make the MAC meet. Other athletes, it's to provide an opportunity to get a mark that is going to be a little bit more competitive in the MAC meet. And then there are a group of developmental athletes that this is going to be the last weekend for them to compete this year.
So out of your group, I mean, Ivan Dye moved up with a pretty nice performance in the 400 meter last weekend. What are you expecting out of your group as you try to get a little bit closer into better position to really contribute some points next week on both sides?
It's a light weekend for the athletes in my group. That being said, Ivan Dye is a 200, 400 meter guy for us, and he's on the 4x4 relay. He's probably only going to do one of the open events, and for him, it's going to be the 200. Looking to put down a better time and not being fatigued by the 400 prior to that race, and then he's going to come back in the 4x4. So 2 reps instead of the 3 to 4 that they might get normally, and that the idea there is just to give them a little bit of a break going into the MAC meet, and that's a general theme all the way across the board, even on the women's side. Olivia Bechtel's not doubling this weekend. Calliope Cantori is not doubling this weekend, and so hopefully they feel good, put down a really good mark that builds confidence and sets them up well for the MAC meet.
Overall, how have you viewed kind of the development of this group as you head to that final stretch of the year?
Well, I have to remind myself that it's May, and we don't play in May, and we go out there and make stuff happen. And I was getting a little bit maybe frustrated or anxious for May to come around. I forgot that we do well in May, and now that we're here, we had our first practice in May, and it was great. And so the way things are lining up right now, I'm excited for the MAC meet, and we're gonna be taking a full roster there. We haven't done that in a long time, and with that full roster, we're gonna make an impact that I don't think the rest of the MAC really understands quite yet.
Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.